नमस्कार दोस्तों, वेलकम टू एसबीआई सिक्योरिटीज मॉर्निंग पॉडकास्ट। इस पॉडकास्ट में हम डिस्कस करेंगे की लेवल्स और बात करेंगे मेन सेक्टर्स के बारे में जो कि फोकस में। शुरुआत करते हैं ग्लोबल मार्केट अपडेट से। ऑन वेडनेसडे द S&P 500 gained 0.61%, achieving a fresh all-time high, while the Nasdaq 100 and the Dow ended the day 1.33% and 0.3% higher respectively. On Wednesday, the Brent oil continued its downward streak with a 0.27% loss. Going ahead, the resistance is placed at the zone of $80 to $81, while on the downside, the support is seen at $76 to $75. The US dollar index stabilized on Wednesday with a gain of 0.19%. This suggests a potential scenario of the currency basket being higher for longer. The 109.6 to 109.8 zone is expected to act as a significant resistance going forward, while on the downside, the 106.5 to 106 is likely to act as the support. Talking about Nifty's view on Wednesday, the Nifty continued its slide before staging recovery towards the last hour of the day, ending 0.57% higher at 23,155. The index has formed an inside bar pattern on the daily chart, which suggests contraction in the overall volatility. The mid-cap and the small-cap index cracked for the second consecutive day. It is advisable to avoid bottom fishing and wait for visible signs of trend reversal. The mid-cap index ended 1.34% lower at 53,114, while the small-cap ended 1.63% lower at 17,173. आने वाले दिनों में निफ्टी के लिए 23,000 टू 22,900 का जोन एक क्रूशियल सपोर्ट रहेगा। अगर निफ्टी 22,900 के लेवल के नीचे जाती है तो और करेक्शन 22,700 लेवल तक हो सकता है। ऊपर की तरफ अगर निफ्टी 23,300 टू 23,400 के जोन के ऊपर जाती है तो इंडेक्स में एक शॉर्ट टर्म पुल बैक दिखने को मिल सकता है। ऑन द डेरिवेटिव्स फ्रंट, द जनवरी फ्यूचर्स रोज बाय 0.41%, while the combined open interest for the current, next and far series rose by 0.52%, indicating long build-up. The 23,200 strike has a significant call open interest, followed by the 23,300 strike. On the put side, the 23,000 has a substantial open interest, followed by a 22,900 strike. For the weekly series, OIPCR is at 0.81, and for the January monthly series, it is at 0.88. The Bank Nifty has formed a dragonfly doji candle on the daily chart, indicating buying interest at the lower levels. It ended 0.32% higher at 48,724. आगे जाते हुए 49,000 to 49,100 का जोन इंडेक्स के लिए एक तुरंत हर्डल बनेगा। नीचे की तरफ 48,500 to 48,400 का जोन इंडेक्स के लिए एक क्रूशियल सपोर्ट रहेगा। टॉकिंग अबाउट सेंसेक्स व्यू, द बेंचमार्क इंडेक्स सेंसेक्स formed a small bodied candle on the daily chart and closed within its previous day range. It ended 0.75% higher at 76,405. आगे जाते हुए the 76,100 to 76,000 का जोन इंडेक्स के लिए क्रूशियल सपोर्ट बनेगा। अगर इंडेक्स 76,000 लेवल के नीचे जाती है तो और करेक्शन 75,700 लेवल तक हो सकती है। ऊपर की तरफ 76,700 to 76,800 का जोन इंडेक्स के लिए एक इमीडिएट हर्डल बनेगा। On the derivatives front, the January futures rose by 0.41%, and the open interest of the current series reduced by 10.67%, indicating short covering. The 76,500 strike has a significant call open interest, followed by the 77,000 strike. On the put side, the 76,300 has a substantial open interest, followed by the 76,000 strike. For the weekly series, OIPCR is at 0.66. Talking about the key market indicators, the volatility index India VIX cooled off yesterday after surging for 4 consecutive days, giving some comfort to the bulls. It ended the day 1.66% lower at 16.77 level. Going ahead, any sustainable move above the level of 17.5 will lead to an increase in overall markets volatility, giving discomfort to the bulls. The advanced decline ratio was largely tilted in the favor of decliners for the second consecutive day. Technically, Nifty IT, Pharma, Financial Services, FMCG, Auto, Metal, PSU Bank, CPSE, Media and Realty are likely to underperform in the short term. On the other hand, Nifty Oil and Gas, Infra can outperform in the short term. Talking about the FIDI data, the FII sold to the tune of 4,026 crores, while the DII is bought to the tune of 3,640 crores. The FII's long-short ratio for index futures is at 17.56, and on a net basis, they sold 351 index futures. That's a wrap of today's edition of podcast. Thank you for listening. Do tune in tomorrow for more such market updates and insights.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.